What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing Tomioka from Demon Slayer. He's one of the pillars. He's the first pillar we meet in the series. So real cool looking character. He's the water breathing pillar. So I've moved, the head is up here, just I wanted to fit in some of his sword that's in his belt. So we have head, shoulders and a bit of his torso just down here. So the eyes, therefore, are just up above halfway. So there's halfway on my page. And the eyes are just up here. Just in this section just here. So we're going to start with the right eyelid as usual. So we're going to go diagonal line across like that. And then we're going to bring this across to the other side. Like so. So in this anime we got the top eyelid's pretty dark and thick. So you can just thicken this up. I would suggest a pencil, guys, as well for these. And go over with your ink afterwards. And if I go too fast, hit that pause button as well. So just thickening up that line. And then I'm going to add a line coming off here. Just a slender little line. In the style of this anime. They just have a couple of lines coming out from the eyelashes there. So the bottom eyelid, just down here, underneath his eye, comes up and around like so. So real narrow eyes. And this one comes up to here. Approximately. It goes under a bit of his fringe just there, so we don't see them meet. I don't think they meet anyway, but you don't need to join them. He has just an extra line. He kind of looks like he's a bit tired or something, so he's got just a line underneath his eye, just here, underneath the eyelid. Kind of just an extra little line, just there. So we can see his iris, just here. So one line that side and another one that side. Because his eyes are so thin, we can't see the top or bottom. So we just do these bracket type lines in there. I can't see any pupils on him. He just has sort of dark blue top to these eyes, and then it gets lighter blue down there. So makes things easier for us, I guess. So we can just see an eyelid line just in here. Diagonal up. And then this goes across. And we go across a bit further, a broken line just across there. And then his eyebrow just above that. Just about here. So it's going to come across and go off underneath his fringe here, and we can just make the bottom section just maybe a little bit thicker just down here. So just thicker down this end. So now his eyes, so we're going to go about here. So we're about eye distance again. So a little bit narrower maybe than eye distance. His eyes are quite big, so they're just a little bit closer together than eye distance. So if you measured his eye, brought it over maybe from the inside, it's not quite the size of his eye over, it's just a little bit closer together. So we'll start with his eyelid line again. We're going to go up his eyelash, sorry, and then this goes across the top of that eye like so, and then we can thicken this up much like this side. So we're just going to make it a bit thicker, darker, heavier line. Just kind of shows that they're eyelashes. And then down here we can maybe add a spike or two coming off like the other side, just there. Just like an extra eyelash line coming off. Then his eyelids just under there, like so. And then you could add an extra little line coming down that side if you wanted. His iris, same as this side. 2 lines, one there, one there. And then some eyelid line and his eyebrow line. So we're gonna go some like so, so maybe one here. And then just coming across the top of his eyelashes just here a bit. Bit of a broken line just coming across there. Then his eyebrow just above that. So it comes across like so. And that one goes, it doesn't go quite as long because it goes underneath his hair just here. And then we can just make this end just a bit thicker. Like so. Now, so we have a line just for his nose coming down from his eyebrow, just a little dash of a line just there. And then we come down and add his nose, and it's just nostrils. So we have a nostril there, nostril there. Right in the middle, just down here. It's about halfway between his eyes and his chin. That's where your nose will be. So the chin is there, say. So whatever the distance from your eyes to your nose is, that'll be the distance from your nose to your chin. See? Just from about the top of his eyes there. On the bridge of his nose, we just have some light hatching lines. Just very slight lines just to show the bridge of his nose, just there. Then his mouth. So his mouth is a little bit higher than halfway between his nose and his chin. So it's like, that's the nose and his chin. So his bottom lip will be halfway, but the middle line is just a little bit higher than that. So we're gonna go from here and we're gonna go diagonal up. And this is gonna go down then. And then we bring it back up the other side. And then we go down this side. So pretty serious looking guy. He's got a downturned mouth. And then that line for his bottom lip will just be at the halfway point between his nose and his chin. So just here. So they're the proportions of the face, roughly. The nose is halfway between the eyes and the chin. And the bottom lip, usually, not all the time, depends on the pose, but in a straight on pose, the bottom lip is halfway between the bottom of the nose and the chin. So just some proportion lessons there. Right, so his chin curves around here. And then this comes up to his jaw. And when we get to about here, across from his mouth, we're going to change direction. So if you kept this line going, it would go that way. But we're going to go up this way. So we're going to go up to there. And we'll do the same thing over here. So we're going to go up like so. And then we're going to change our direction and we're going to go up more this direction instead of off that way. So we go up to there. So he's got a fringe, which is why some of his eyebrows are cut off just up here. So we're going to go one line here. And this spikes up that way. Then the next one spikes down here. Then we go up here. Coming across his face this direction now. So we're going to go spiking down, spike back up. Next one just in here, comes down the side of his face. Out to there. And back up. This one goes real long to the top of his head nearly. So it goes all the way up to here. And it comes back in, like so. Then he has another spike just down here. And this one is pretty long as well. So it goes down to here and then it goes up. Like so. And then it's going to go up and in towards the middle of his head again. Like that. And then we can see his ears just sort of behind the hair in here. So there's just one more hair spike first, which travels back up to here. And then we can see his ear just in here. Small bit of it just there. And small bit of it. There's another hair spike here. And then his ears just in here. And we can just see some of those bones and ligaments and stuff. The lines for his eyes. For his ears, sorry. Okay, so we have more hair. So more hair spikes coming around his head and coming down the other side. So we'll do a small one just here. And then another one comes down this way. And then we have a small one coming out that way. Spiking this way now. Next one comes out here. Next one comes up there. Then we spike it out. Spike back up. This one comes out to here. Curves up to there. This one actually travels up now all the way to the top of his head, just up here. And we have a bump right in the middle. And then we have another bump coming up and over. Bigger one, and we're going to start to travel the spikes down the other side now. So we're going to go down this way. Spiking out. In. Down and out. Spike in. Down and out again. Spikes back in. Next one. Pointing down. Back into here. Next one there. Actually, there's a little small one I missed just in here. This one spikes back to here. Goes in towards his ear, underneath this one. And then we have the small one coming back into his jaw, like over there. So... Right, so there's a couple of hairlines just coming up from his fringe. Just like here. One here. Another one here. Yeah, so then his neck. So we have two lines down for his neck, like that. Then we have the color of his uniform. So it comes around his neck, just here. Approximately just like here, and we have a white part and a black part, so this is going to come across just here, and then it's going to go down like so, and this one comes across as well, and we're going to bring it down like that. And then the top of this collar goes up, curves around his neck, goes just real close to his chin, just there. Comes out the other side, just there. And then he has a line right down the middle of it, just like that. Come down maybe a bit further. And then maybe some 4 lines, just some extra lines on it if you wanted. Like so. Now, so this is going to come down just a bit further. So we'll bring the sides down like so. Sides down like so. So this is like the edge of it. And then we bring these in across to about here. This side comes across to about here. And then it comes down like so. And this is going to go all the way down the page. Like that. It's the middle of his shirt. Then on the edge, we have diagonal lines that show his kimono that he's wearing. So it goes all the way down like that on one side, and then all the way down the other side as well. So kind of like a road. So it kind of looks like his head is coming out of a volcano or a vase or something. So his shoulders then are going to come off just beside this collar here, just about here. And then comes down like so off the page. This one as well. It's going to come out from his shoulders here and then come down real wide and then come down and off the page like so. So then we might have a full line or two just here coming in like this. Another one maybe here. And then we have some buttons on his uniform. Another one here. He's a pocket up here, rectangle, like so. And there's some hair just behind his shoulders here as well, I forgot. So just his ponytail that's going down behind his back. He just has some spikes sticking off just here. And on the other side too. Right, so what am I missing? So a sword. So I need a ruler for this. So there's like a top of his sword just here. Like so. And then it's just a handle, so we have an edge that comes down both sides just here. So coming down, might need a ruler. Coming down to about here. And then on this side. Diagonal down. There. Just goes in underneath his cloak here. And then we have some of those details on the handle, so kind of like triangles. So I'm just getting another image. Yeah, so we've got the top of the sword going up and around here. And some of these lines in the Demon Slayer style could be thicker, drawn thicker, you know? Heavier line weights in this anime on some parts. But basically we have some sort of diamond shapes coming down the sword. So say if you start in the middle, so one like there, next one, lots of them just coming down like so. Like that, and then there might be some lines coming up underneath and above just to show the weave that's kind of on it, but you don't really have to do that much of this. It's kind of just to show that there's a little bit of thread maybe coming out from the edge of the blade. Just a suggestion. And there's two lines just up the middle here. Because the handle of these samurai swords are wrapped, I think, in a thread on their grip, you know. And they kind of crisscross. So you're just aiming for a kind of a thread, some threads that go this way and some that go diagonal down. If that makes sense. Something like that. And there might be an extra curve just on top of the hilt of his sword just there as well. And we could add maybe some lines curving around the edge here. Like so. Right. So we have another button of his uniform just about here. And another one just across from the bottom of his sword. Maybe here. Like so. And then maybe a fold or two more for his clothing. Like so. There. You can maybe put one coming across the top of the button. Might go across like that. Right, so these are like a ruby red side to his kimono and one with all cubes on it. So on the kimono side, the easy side first, we're just going to do some four lines coming down like so, coming up to his shoulder, and then a bump or two coming off for a seam that's on it. So that's the easy side. Now, this side has loads of cubes. So there's no easy way to do it. You just gotta start. You could use a ruler if you wanted to do the cubes, but you could wing it because it's kind of close and they bend and stuff. So like there's a full line just about here on his kimono. So kind of like that. And then just up here we have the first cube. So we have a middle line for it coming up from this fold. And then we have the top line. So like that, it kind of looks like a letter Y. And then this goes up like a diamond type shape up to his shoulder. And then we bring it down on both sides. So there as well. Like so. And then this is going to go back down into here. So one cube done. So right up here then we have the next cube. They're kind of all slotted together. So where one starts, the other, where one ends, the other begins. So top of another one here, coming out from the corners of each other. See that? And then there is a bit of a line coming up here in the middle. And these have lines inside. So 1, 2. We can't see the full cubes because it's wrapped around his shoulder. So this is like wrapping around. See, the top might be there. And then it has a sort of orange and yellow pattern inside, like that. Of course, you don't have to draw all this detail if you didn't want to. You could just color it a different color to this side, you know? But I'll just do it in case there are people who really want to draw the full character design. So, we have another one here. A line coming down there. The line here, going back up into here. Next line there. Bottom of a cube here. Top coming out there. Another one going back in. Line on the bottom. And top of the next cube, just there. Alright, so that's them on this section. So we'll do the next one. So we go from the corner of this cube out to there. Back in like so. Back up. So it's like a diamond. The tops of them start like a diamond. Line down. Across. Up. Just to there. Another one here, like so. Small line there. There, going around his arm. So there's kind of some folded ones, some half ones. So we've aligned them there. Top of the next one. Top of the next one. There. Goes off my page there. And then the line goes down, line goes down. Diagonal across. Diagonal down here. So these aren't really cubes because I think his kimono is kind of folded here. And then, but, you know, people will still get the idea. Going off that way. And in these cubes, so like this one, and no, that's it. So he's got patterns on them. So one, you just do 2 boxes, one inside the other, like that. Like so. Next one in here goes down, diagonal across, down like that. Same inside. Same on all of them really. So one there, and then there might be another kind of one just here. So these are orange and yellow inside. Maybe one line there, another one here. You might be able to see the top of one just there. And so I think that's everything. There he is. That's how to draw Tomioka from Demon Slayer. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.